It is disappointing for Anambra State to limit job opportunities to East Indigenes only, Bashir Ahmad says. Can you imagine? So Anambra State government limited job to East Indigenes only, and you are complaining. How many Southerners or how many Southerners are they giving job in Sokoto or Katsina State or Kano State or Kaduna State or Borno State? Yeah? How many Southerners are they giving job in their companies or in their government house? Why? These people want to create a narrative to attack the Igbos again. It doesn't make sense. Okay? That is what Samuel Asuludu wants, because he is romancing them, thinking that they will sing his praises. Okay, thinking that they will sing his praises. And somebody just made a parable this morning that when the enemies of your fathers are praising you or whatever, you know that you are in trouble. So they have not even praised him this time. They are even accusing him directly for what he's doing. It means that it's going to be a long haul for him. So let's see what he has done that is making Bashir Ahmad to see what he's saying. A former media aide to President Muhammadu Buhari, Bashir Ahmad, has reacted to the recent controversy generated by the Anambra State Ministry of Labour and Employment after a circular restricting the employment of health workers to Anambra State indigenes only. Recall that recently the Anambra State Ministry of Health announced that they want to employ medical doctors, pharmacists, nurses, and other health workers in the state's hospital. However, the circular stated clearly that the applicants must be indigenes of Anambra before they can be considered. Reacting to the development, Bashir stated, "It is so disappointing for a state like Anambra to limit job applications to its indigenes only." He said the discriminatory approach would create division and inequality within Nigeria. He added that those perpetuating this kind of favoritism are the ones always crying for marginalization at the national level. It is so disappointing to see Anambra as a state practicing an exclusionary policy by limiting job opportunities to only its indigenes. This discriminatory approach perpetuates division and inequality within Nigeria. Unfortunately, those perpetuating this kind of favoritism are always at the forefront, accusing others of marginalization. It is crucial to promote inclusivity and reciprocity in all regions of Nigeria, he wrote. Now, wow. So what he's saying now is that as Soludo is trying to employ health workers in the state, he's now saying that people from other states should have been included rather than limiting them to Anambra State alone. Saying that people that do this thing are the ones that will first cry for marginalization. What about Tinubu that's already bringing all Yorubas into his role? Okay. What about Lagos that said Igbos should not breathe in Lagos? They are even destroying their properties, destroying their businesses. So what do you have to say about that? Okay. So what about people like Abia State, where the Igbos are also incorporated in a bit of their activities as well, integrating them? Okay. So what are you saying? So have you met with the governor to know why he did what he did? If you have not, the question is, how many Southerners are they employing in the north? How many Christians are those state governments in the north employing into their government house and into their state-owned businesses? No, we don't have record of that, and there's no history of that as well. So Bashir Ahmad should stay calm. Let's see what people have to say. I know there are a lot of people who come out here to say a lot of things against the Igbos. Somebody say we are talking about hardship and full disappointment of Tinubu APC, and this useless Ahmad are here telling us rubbish. Last time, same Ahmad was complaining that Mr. Peter Obi has nothing to show in Anambra State. Today, same Ahmad is complaining that Anambra is not recruiting non-indigenes of the state. Why is this Ahmad? Why is it that he cannot tell Tinubu to have small mercy for Nigerian masses than him blaming Peter Obi on Anambra people? And Anambra people. That is it. That is because they're always looking for a way to crucify the Igbos. That is it. Somebody say, do blame him. Okay, don't blame him. Or do you have time for people like him? If not Buhari, who knows that? Who knows that it's existing? If not for Buhari, yes, who knows that it's existing? Nobody. If not for Buhari, a guy who lives in glass house, don't throw stone. Abi, they don't tell him. Because Buhari did major nepotism even when he was in power. When they were eating and drinking with Buhari at Aso Rock, with all the people from Daura, filling Aso Rock, nobody said anything. And he himself benefited from that, Bashir Ahmad. So why is he talking now? Somebody said, Bashir Ahmad, the state that you came from, how many non-indigenous are working there? That is the question. He needs to answer that. It is very bad for Anambra State to employ only indigenous people. But please, Ahmad, learn not to keep, when your state does the same, because your state goes extreme by depriving indigenous that are not Muslims. We should always speak out when things are going wrong. It is our right to demand good governance from our leaders. Exactly. So even the state that Ahmad came from goes to the extreme of even disenfranchising non-Muslims. They make it religious apart from tribal. You see? Somebody is asking, it's saying here, no responsible human being should listen to Bashir Ahmad. He is a notorious, unrepentant propagandist and a nation divider who lives and feeds on lies throughout his life. Look at how he and his colleague destroyed the very foundation of Nigeria today. He wants to do same in Anambra. Can you imagine? So what Bashir Ahmad is saying is not, it doesn't look real, because in his own state, they are obviously doing the worst there. They are obviously doing the worst there in their own state. Somebody is saying here, it is equally disappointing when former President Buhari Northerners are security apparatus. Kindly share views on the lopsided appointment of our former president 8 years ago. Abi, I'm not talking about Anambra State. Not talking about Anambra State. So some Anambra will not even allow an Imo or Abia indigene to work in their state. The kind of greed and selfishness in the southeast is second to none. That's why it will be very difficult for an Igbo man to be president of Nigeria. Can you imagine? So what are you trying to say? In your own state, what is happening there? The last statement is what you intend to say. Why not go straight to it? Abi, somebody that told him how many Igbos is employed by government in your own state. That is another thing you need to ask. So instead of Igbo man to rule, it is more better for a Fulani man or drug addict to be ruling you, Abi. Then why are you complaining for Buhari Tinubu hardship? Let Nigeria keep on going backward while others are progressing. Tribalism can never pay. Rather, it brings more hardship and disappointment in the land. Exactly. Thank you for listening. Let's have a comment. That is the reaction Bashir Ahmad is getting for saying that it's disappointing for Soludo in Anambra to employ only its indigenes in the health worker employment opportunities.